Okay guys, we are running a little bit on CP time. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it, okay? But we are headed to meet Matt at the car, and we have an hour and 10 minutes to get to Auschwitz. And I'll put the name of the city that Auschwitz is located in. It is a smooth 18 degrees here this morning in Krakow. You can see the snow is in my face. All right, but let me make sure I don't slip and fall, and I'll see you guys in an hour and 10 minutes. So we made it to Auschwitz-Birkenau. This museum was officially founded in 1947, but the first transport of Poles occurred on June 14th, 1940. Okay, and today June 14th is known in Poland, or is commemorated in Poland, as the National Remembrance Day for victims of German Nazi concentration and extermination camps. So today we are here to do a 3-hour tour. They'll take us from phase 1 to phase 2. If you are interested in learning more about this site, I do encourage you to visit Auschwitz.org. They have a tremendous amount of information, detailed accounts in memory of the 1.1 million men, women, and children who lost their lives here. Okay, so I encourage you to visit Auschwitz.org if you cannot physically be here. Like I said, they have lessons in several languages, and they have a panorama, bird's eye view of the site. Okay, so I'm going to begin this tour, and I'll see you guys afterwards.